Luxury Beats. Luxury Beats.
What is going on, FHDL? It's your host T-Dub110 here, and we are here for the first time ever for our first podcast. And we're gonna call this segment "Talk It Up Tuesday," as you can see on the screen, because it is Tuesday. We're gonna try to do one Tuesday and Friday, but a lot of teas here tonight. We'll get to that here in a minute. But first, FHDL is presented by Trifecta Drift Team. Do you meet the trifecta? Speed, proximity, style. Also brought to you by Plantronics Gaming. Gear up, gear good. Sponsored by 110 Customs, Figurative Tuning, HKS Performance, Team 5 Zygon, Forza Daily Skids on Instagram, Strictly Sideways, VaporsOnline.com, and StickerBoost.com. Go to StickerBoost.com, enter the code FHDL to get 15% off your purchase. So let me get the chat pulled up real quick. So all throughout the night, guys, if you are in the stream, we are going to be doing a Q&A to questions in chat. We'll do them at random while we also talk about some other crap. So, like I said, we got a lot of T's here in the party. I'm going to unmute them as I say them. So, guys, not only is it Talk It Up Tuesday, so there's two T's there. We got myself, T-Dub. We got T-John. We got TrentFigure and Twin Turbski. So, like I said, a crap ton of T's in here tonight. What's up, guys?
What's up, man? I'm just living.
Howdy.
I don't think Turbski's is back yet, is he?
Yeah, he's probably not.
Probably
Right,
doing something
right
like a nerd.
now.
Yeah.
He's probably doing some like IRL stuff like a loser. Psh.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, who has a life
Fuck,
here
who?
online? I mean,
Yeah,
hell.
dude. I mean,
I mean, you gotta be dedicated, bro. Online gaming or nothing. But I guess, guys, let's go ahead and start about how we wanted to do this segment. I mean, I think Trent, you were the one that wanted to bring it up, correct?
Yeah, I want to have our own platform similar to Maximum Driftcast, just where we talk drifting, talk with drivers, maybe. Talk about things, talk about life and drifting and cars and
Right.
drifting.
And drifting.
And how there's a new game driver for my graphics card and drifting.
Very nice. All right, well, Booty, I know he just left the party a little bit before Trent got in here. Booty puts
Yeah,
in the
booty
chat.
called us a negative
Yeah.
word.
Booty puts in the chat, nerds.
Nerds.
You're a nerd, Booty, for leaving the chat. But anyway, I guess the first thing we could talk about, and I'm not going to get into it too much because that's feeding into the drama. But guys, what is up with all that drama that was going on our Instagram post with the points and how the bracket went down in Byron Bay?
It was
Not even
pretty
people.
much. It was pretty much. What is it? Yeah, Forza 7 is more of a realistic game. I hope these guys.
Forza 7 is a-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Forza 7's a superior drift platform. It's so easy to drift in Horizon 3. It's like, well, yeah.
And then
Yeah, no,
and
no,
then
no shit.
it became a meme. Then it became a meme.
It really did, and that's why, I mean, I know, John, you run the Instagram, but I had to step in on the Instagram, obviously, because you didn't want to put up with it. But that's why I put in there, like, all these guys were saying that Forza 7's more superior and calling our drivers out saying, I'd like to see these guys run in ESDA and all that kind of stuff. And I just straight out told them, I said, some of these guys are running it in ESDA. I'm running in ESDA. I know John's running ESDA. I know Trent plans on running in ESDA. Turbsky's, I don't know if he will this season, but he sure as well next season. So just us four, not even counting the drivers that compete. And that's whenever I finally called them out, and I said, well, you know what? I competed in ESDA last season on Motorsport 6, which had, I mean, this may be arguable, but, and you guys may agree, Forza Motorsport 6 had the most realistic graphics that any Forza game had. I'm just going to say it. I mean, you guys agree, you guys disagree. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah. This is out of like Forza, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Motorsport 6,
that's really
in
it.
my opinion, had the most realistic graphics, which is what ESDA
Yeah.
competed on last season, which I competed on last season. I didn't qualify for every event. I qualified for the last two. I got better as I went, but that's because I was new to ESDA. But I did qualify. All these guys that are calling our drivers out, I did not see their gamer tag on there once all season long last season. That's all I got to say.
I mean, also, I have to say this myself. Most of the people that were disrespecting like Horizon, saying it's trash, the same guys also ran in Drift Royals. I don't think that's Drift Royals. They ran in Drift Royals, and I'm saying it's kind of like hypocritical in a sense. At least one guy was. It's kind of like hypocritical. Like you're saying the game is trash, but then you competed in competition. That's on the same game that you call
if,
that you
if
so
you're
called
gonna be
trash.
advertising that you won or like were a top competitor in a Forza Horizon 3, or have pictures saying how much you loved Forza Horizon 3 on your Instagram, like, don't even come at us about Forza Horizon 3, because obviously there's a special place in your heart for it, you know?
Right.
It's
And
like
yeah.
going to your friends and dissing on your like significant other. It's like, why are you in a relationship then? That's just toxic, you know?
Right, and not only that, like I said, Forza Motorsport 6 had the most realistic graphics. Forza Motorsport 7 does not have the same graphics, or not graphics, physics. I meant physics. Same physics as Motorsport 6. Forza Motorsport 7 is like, as if they took Horizon 3 physics and Motorsport 6 physics and put them together, and that's what they had in the middle.
Yeah, they made a little merge. It's more of a sim game than ever, really. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not even like a top-notch physics game where it's like so hard to drift on. It's actually quite easy to drift on. It's just hard to get used to
Yeah.
at first because it's a mixture of the two different types of physics that shouldn't be
Yeah.
mixed together.
It's not like it's a
Sure,
Assetto
just-
Corsa or anything.
Right. It's not a sim. It's like John said, it's a simcade. It's an arcadey simulation game.
It's not a set of Corsa. It's not Project Cards. It's not Gran
Nah.
Turismo. You know.
Now, I'm not talking down on Forza at all because any Forza game, physics, phenomenal compared to any other racing game besides maybe Assetto Corsa. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's because Assetto Corsa is a racing simulator.
It's
not
yeah,
a
well, it's a
racing
sim
game.
that you can't play unless you're on a wheel. It's kind of
Right.
entertaining, actually.
Right. And so controller-wise, Forza is probably the best racing game out there controller-wise. But
Yeah.
because when it comes to physics, because I love Need for Speed, I grew up playing it. I love the the graphics. I love the customization. But I gotta say, guys, the physics are absolute crap on Need for Speed nowadays.
It's I can literally shake my stick left and right really fast, and I'll be drifting.
Right.
And like I'll
It's
press the
it's.
NOS just to get like extra speed, and that's really it.
I mean, they have always had that arcadey feel, but it's like over the years, as the physics and graphics got better, the physics got worse. Almost. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like how does your physics get worse over time? It should get better as well as the graphics and the customization and whatever the case may be. No matter what game it is.
Maybe it's not that the physics have been getting worse. Maybe so. I think it probably is very well that their physics have been improving in ways that people aren't very aware of. But it's just that the other quality of games has been getting so much greater at their physics than like what Need for Speed like per se is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, just to actually let everybody know that we got more viewers in here, we are doing a live Q&A on our Twitch right now as we're talking about these topics.
No, we're not.
We will bring up those topic questions at random. So if you guys want to go ahead and put questions, and I know we got some jokesters in there because we got some good friends that are in the chat right now. They have to be legitimate
We're not
questions.
taking questions at all. I'm just kidding.
They have
We're
to
not
be
taking no
legitimate
questions.
questions,
Nope, it's
not
not happening.
no ridiculous
Trent and I are
questions.
not answering anything.
All right, so
I plead the
moving on.
fifth.
So moving
Yeah,
on to
exactly,
that
plead
whole
the fifth.
drama scene from Instagram, because, like I said, I don't want to feed into that crap.
Yeah, it's a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
So, guys, I mean, we're going into round 6 out of 7 on season 2, and we're not even close to the end of the season. Well, we are, but at the same time, we aren't. And we've already doubled our followers almost on Twitch. And how do you guys think the season's going so far?
Pretty
it's going
good. I
great.
mean, we've had a really good turnout each event, or for the most part for each event. Really nice to see a lot of diversity of drivers, a lot of different cars coming into play. A lot of cars that I haven't seen before. I really looked into as drift cars, so it's pretty cool to see our progression moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your take on it, John?
I'm
How do
happy
you
where
think
I'm
the seasons went?
Like myself, I feel like skills wise and like points wise, I feel like I'm hitting a lot better. Fifth in the points, I am in the title contention, but I do need to hope for 2 miracles for both events to happen.
Right.
That I can get first and win the money and stuff. But I mean, I'm happy with where I'm at. You know, last
Right.
season the goal was to the podium, and so it was this season. I'm happy. I think I've already fulfilled the goal that I have for this season was just the podium. Finally got that one under my belt. Know what it feels like and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
know
yeah,
that last season you finished second in the points without getting a win, which was phenomenal, by the way. I want to put out there. But
Yeah.
even though you're not quite as high in the points, I'm sure you understand that because the level of competition has stepped up, the courses have changed, and you finally
Yeah.
got that win, like you were saying.
Yeah, I feel like it changed for the better and not for the worse. You know, last season
Right.
it was more of like it was more playful last season. It was like you can really like do kind of like a lot of things that you wouldn't be able to do this season. Like you were able to pass last season on like any zone and just and that would automatically give you a win. So if your run was like terrible and you got a pass, like that would outweigh your bad run,
Exactly.
things like that. But I mean,
Right, and that's what I was just getting ready to get to, because I want to thank Trent, you obviously, for coming in, and even though you were only here for only 2 events last season, you already said, you know what, I'm going to step away from racing, I'm going to judge, I'm going to help make this league better, and you've made it more competitive, and I love that, and I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I saw a need, so I filled the need. I was like, I'm kind of disappointed that I can't tandem with the homies and like still drive and compete and like make a name for myself. But I'm more than glad. I was more than glad to jump on the team because I was already like having so many ideas and asking so many questions, pushing for a lot of rule changes. So it was just fun to become part of the team and become part of the operations.
Right. And guys,
Yeah.
I mean, John, you compete, but I'm going to say this to Trent. I do know, and this is for anybody watching too, Elite Velocity is starting their own competition that they're going to run during our off season, so that way we can compete. Since we can't for FHDL, for anybody that wants to come out and run that, they haven't set everything up just yet. It's in the works, but I do want you to know it is going to happen. And on that note, Trent, since now there will be a Horizon competition that me and you and our other staff member Turbskis that can compete in, a lot of people are starting to ask me, is Trent going to be still on the judging staff as head judge next season?
Well, next season.
Please say yes.
Well,
Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes.
Hold on. It's interesting because like I love this. Like I don't know how it's gonna be for college. I don't know what my arrangements will be. So we'll see how that is. Hopefully, I can keep doing this and I can keep being head judge because I really like doing this. It's a really fun thing to do. I mean, as far as like that other series being started up from Elite Velocity, AJ did approach me and was like, "Hey, do you want to you want to judge you want to judge our events?" And I'm told him I'd think about it because I might want to compete, but I also would like to help him out, if he wants to get that started. But I also want to think if I want to take an off season or not as well. So. And I'm thinking about a lot of things, and it's just kind of we gotta kind of just wait and see how it'll turn out.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, I don't want to push you into anything. Hey, what's up, Turbskis? Make sure you include your audio, buddy. But
I just have, sir.
Awesome. So, Turbskis, we were just talking about that how. Well, I'm relieved that I don't know. I mean, I think. Trent said he was relieved as well. Sorry, I was reading a text message while you were explaining yourself, Trent. But anyway, we were explaining how Elite Velocity is now. It's still in the works. It hasn't started yet. So anybody watching, it hasn't started yet. But it's in the works. It's going to happen. Elite Velocity is going to start their own competition, very similar to FHDL. Same. He said. AJ said it's going to be very similar rules, very similar scoring. Just going to be running in our off season. And that me and Trent were talking about possibly competing in it. I know I'm going to compete in it, but now that there's something on Horizon that we can compete in ourselves, since we can't compete in FHDL, I'm getting questions: is our judging staff going to stay the same for next season? And Trent just gave his input. What's your input on that?
I'm going to consider staying a judge for FHDL next season if everything works out with Elite Velocity's competition. But if stuff doesn't work out with their competition, they're going to be starting up. I'm going to have a lot to think about in the off season, whether I'm going to stay as a judge or step down and become a competitor next season.
Yeah, I mean, next season's a while away. And at the end, guys, the last thing I want to talk about, because I want to talk. I mean, is an hour okay for you guys? Talk about this for about an hour, like not this subject, but have talk
that'd
about
be fine,
going
yeah.
for about an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's
talk for a year.
All right. So at the end, we're gonna reveal something that might happen to FHDL. It's still in the works. There's gonna be a couple polls in the off season about it. But one of those things I want to talk about now, and it's not the big thing. So, with these last two rounds coming up, I know, guys, and you guys know this from last season too. Whenever the season starts coming to a close and drivers know that there's no way that they can make or win the championship when they've been competing all season long, they start to not show up. And so we know the drivers aren't going to show up. But from this point on, I think we've had enough showouts to do a 32-car field next season. Doesn't mean we're going to do it. We're going to have a poll about it. But I think the poll, and you guys can tell me your input on this, the poll I'm going to put up on all our social media is vote. Like, we could stick with the 16-car field, double elimination, or if we bump it up to a 32-car field, it has to go to single elimination. Because if we do 32-car double elimination, guys, we're going to have a 2-day event.
Yeah, it's gonna if my thoughts are is we'd have to do it. I mean, certainly we're gonna try and model after Formula Drift, but then we'd have to start having the question of when would we want to start doing double elimination at like some point in the bracket, say, because they used to do it for the battle for third place. You know, would be, or there'd still be a battle. It just wouldn't go off of the higher qualifying score. So we could do it where we go off the higher qualifying score, or we could do it going off of just whoever wins the battle. But it certainly is a time thing, and I mean, we don't have to worry about actual cars and tires and changing all that, and when we're times being very slow. But it's certainly something that we need to consider as a factor.
All right, John, what do you think about it? About 32 car field single elimination or 16 car field double elimination? What's your input on that?
16 car double elimination.
What's your reasoning? Like, I agree. Like, I don't care. It's just, what's your opinion on, or why?
It's simple. If it's a 16 car field, people are going to go out there and they're going to be a lot more aggressive and they're going to drive a lot more, like, they're going to drive to their fullest potential. If it's a 32 car field and we only have 32 guys show up, everyone's going to get in the slot. That's like my thinking.
Yeah, well, I mean, throughout all of our events, though, except for like the exception of like 1 to 2, I think it was, we've had at least 32 people, if not like just below.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially like these
most
qualifying
of the
events where we have like over 50 people, or like just about 50 people showing up, and that's only them leaving out 20 people.
Right.
Yeah. But when there's a 32 car field and those guys qualify, most of the guys under 32 are either, and this is from last event, have either got a 0, have either gotten a 0, double zeros, a 0 and a score, or a really low like 30 to 50 score.
Yeah.
And then we go to 32.
But then it's kind of I mean, not sorry to interrupt you, but it could also increase our or how competitive our series is, because then if you're that number 1 qualifier and the 32 guy like got a 0 on one of his runs and scored really low on his other run, like then that lower guy is going to be trying to gun, like maybe wants, like, it's like, oh shoot, I really got to step up my game. So maybe we will start to see less lower qualifying numbers and people actually like putting more effort in, because if you do get seated low, you're going to be going up against those top guys.
Right. And
well, yeah.
Before we get Terpsky's opinion on this, I want to correct everybody in the chat, because I think there's some confusion there, guys. There wouldn't be a 2-day event for a 32 car field. What we're saying is, if we were to do a 32 car double elimination, we would have to do 2-day event, and we don't want to do that. If we move to a 32 car field, it would be single elimination one night, because I mean, you guys can agree with me or not after Terpsky puts his input in, but I think if we did a double elimination 16 car field compared to a 32 car field single elimination, I think the time would be pretty even on that. But Terpsky, what's your thoughts on a 32 car single elimination or a 16 car double elimination for next season?
If we do decide to go to a 32 car field, I mean, we'd have these next 2 events. I think we should really take into consideration. I mean, okay, the last event we had a bunch of people sign up, but we only had 38 people qualify.
Right.
I mean, I know that's above the number you wanted, but I mean, look at all those people that did not show up.
Right. And this is what I was thinking, guys. If for whatever reason, because I want the drivers to have a say so, and real quick, what's up, man? 213 the gamer. You can put a cute question in the chat if you want, and we'll answer it at random. Excuse me. But so anyway, because I want the driver to have an input too, because it's all about making the drivers happy, so more drivers come out. That way there's more competition. That way there's more viewers, just basically to make the league grow. But I think if for whatever reason the 32 car single elimination field wins the poll, I think what we'll do is, instead of making it only 10 days to sign up, how about we make it a full 14 days to sign up, like full 2 weeks, and then spread the events out a little bit. That way it gives more people time to sign up, therefore possibly getting more drivers. What's your opinions on that?
Yeah, that would make sense. But I don't know about that.
I mean, we'll definitely. I mean, I don't want to say the polls will be the final answer. I'm just saying the polls will be from what everybody else thinks, and we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah, if we do a 32, I feel like there's a lot of people that how can I say this, will become like lazy. Cause like they know, like at least for me, it's my part. Like if I know there's a bunch of spots open, I'm gonna like fill one of those spots with like the least amount of effort. But if it's like top 16, I know that I'm gonna go in with the mindset like I need to qualify like this number.
That if we have a 32 car field, that gives us the opportunity to start making it a 200 point maximum event. Where if you qualify first, you're getting 100 points. If you win the event and come in first, then you get 100 more points, and that's 200 points to towards your championship standing. So it then just trickles down to where if you don't qualify good, but then if you like qualify 32nd, but then you go and win every single battle and come out on top, you're only getting 100 points, which isn't really much.
Right. And the reason, I mean, I totally see your point of view, Trent, and that's a really good idea. The only reason that we were doing, I mean, and I'm sure you know already because me and you wrote the rule book, but the only reason we were doing 20 points and then going down by 2 was so that way it kept the points close. That way, even late in the season, if it's close and one person botches their last event, that could change the championship real big. I mean, we seen it last season. I mean, we seen Exterior was idling around number 10 in the points all season long, and then here comes round 6, a bunch of people choke, and he ends up winning it. Oh, what do you know? Now he's on top of the points.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could change it up.
There's a lot of cause and effect.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about. That's what Talk It Up is all about. It's just everybody throwing their opinions in. And to chat real quick, Booty, I know you were saying that was cool. The only reason we would stay away from a 2-day event, it's hard. It's already hard enough to get drivers to commit to 4 to 6 hours of driving in one night, rather than 2 whole days of competing. It's very hard to get drivers to compete to that or commit to that. So I guess the only thing left to talk about right now, anyway, before we start seeing what people put in chat. So far, there's no questions, but guys, definitely put questions in the chat if you have any questions about next season, this season, off season, anything. But I hate to talk about it because it's more drama, but it's what people, it draws viewers' attention. What do you guys think about DDS dropping out early in the season when they had really high hopes?
I mean, being one of the people that they weren't liking, I mean, I think like they should have just at least stuck it out. Like it was certainly something that they did out of frustration and anger. Like they didn't try and they just gave up. Like as simply as that, they just gave up. I mean, that was like what our second, third event. So I mean, it's like we weren't very like developed.
I think
like,
it was
this was our
Hoonigan
first time. Yeah, which was
Yeah,
our
Hoonigan
second
Hell.
event or something. Like it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was. We hadn't figured things out completely yet, and we were still like, this is a brand new rule book with a brand new scoring system with brand new staff and
New
everything.
judges.
So we're just figuring things out. It's not like we had everything like all set in stone.
Laid out.
Yeah, it's not like we're ESDA
Everything
out
laid
here
out,
swinging
like
around with
cards
everything.
on the
It's
table,
like,
you know, like we're playing poker.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not, like Trent just said, we're not ESDA. We haven't been around for about a decade. We haven't even been around for a year yet in our second season. And we just, like he said, we just changed all new staff since I became ownership because I absolutely hated our judging staff last season. You guys can go back and watch all our old videos. I'm sure John agrees with me and Trent because he competed a little bit. Turbsky's probably agrees with me too. Our judging was shite last season.
I mean, I remember
I'm still trying to
time-
figure out how. What was it, Blessed or Exterior? I think it was Blessed.
Yeah, it was Blessed.
Only
Blessed rams into somebody.
100-point run. Last
Oh, no,
season.
there was
And
one
I don't.
time.
I
There
don't
was
think
one-
it was quite 100-point worthy. I honestly don't think his run was 100 points.
To be
You know
honest,
what's
I
crazy,
love
though?
the kid, but I don't either.
Yeah, remember at parking lot party? I think it was like Bless was going up against somebody, and Bless rams into
Oh
him.
yeah.
The first
Yeah, I was
run
talking
was a
to the judges
tie,
for
and it
45
says,
minutes.
"Let's give Bless the win because he ran into somebody."
Yeah, so if you guys go back and watch the finale from last season at Parking Lot Party, I was gone for a good, what, guys, 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, it was like
I
30
fell
to
asleep.
45 minutes.
I honestly
We
fell
thought
asleep.
me,
Yeah,
Trent,
I looked on the stream and there was
Arrow,
like the controller was disconnected and we're just
and
like, what
I
are we
think
doing,
Blast
guys?
were like, did he fall out? Did he knock himself out? Did he pull a me
Yeah,
real
we
quick?
started doing donuts and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, because the way
Yeah.
that it used to be ran last season, everybody, was that I had the judges' phone numbers, so we would communicate through text, where now all the judging is handled through Snapchat, and then I can view it, but I choose not to because I don't want to put my 2 cents in, and people think that I'm trying to sway things my way. But it's now it's commuted through Snapchat between TrentFigure, Trent, and Lurkin when Lurkin's here, and then they announce it on stream like we have been doing. Last season, it was commuted through text message, and then I would announce the winner through the stream. But since I was communicating through text message, I ended up having to call them and talk it over. Therefore, that's why the controller got disconnected, because I was literally arguing with these guys because they wanted to give Bless the win for ramming into him, even though he did have lag. It was a lag. He deserved his lag restart, but it was Bless shouldn't have got the win. They wanted to give him the win, even though he rammed him. And then, so I was arguing with him for a good 30 to 45 minutes, trying to say, hey, you either need to say OMT or give the other guy the win, or you guys will be fired, and I will announce your guys' names on stream, and I will fire you on stream. That way everybody knows who you are, because last season nobody knew who the judges were. And that way it was just neutral ground. But it was just absolutely horrible last season.
Yeah, it was bad. Bad.
I'll go ahead and say it. I am glad that I'm very, very happy with the staff I have now. Had I not changed the staff around, I don't think FHDL would be where it is nowadays.
Yeah.
To be honest, if we would have kept the same staff, FHDL would have been in the ground about halfway through this season.
If we kept the same
that'd
staff,
be
I
another
would have.
FHD
I would have probably. We wouldn't have the drivers we have now. If you
No.
think about it, if it was in the
Right.
ground,
All right.
we wouldn't
So,
have AJ, Carnage, and all them.
so moving on to the next
Booty
subject.
asked a
and-
question.
and-
Booty
Oh, he
asked a
did?
question. Yeah, he said,
Yeah,
"Who
that's
won the
not a
fight
legit-
between Superman and Jesus?" No, that is a legit.
That is not a
It's
legitimate
not. No, it's
question.
not.
Yes,
T-John,
yes,
no,
it
it's
is.
not.
I'm going to
It's not a
answer
legitimate
this
question,
right
but
now.
T-John, we're not going to talk about it on stream. That doesn't relate to anything I talked about. Like I said, drifting
Okay,
and
fine,
drifting,
fine.
okay?
Fine.
I
If
know,
you
I
asked
know,
in a
I
tandem
know, John,
battle,
you
like,
love
then that'd be a
talking about that
different
kind of
question.
stuff, but that is not what we're here to talk about.
I'll answer it in the chat.
If it was a
How about
tandem
that?
battle, then like then we'd be game. Like
Yeah.
Jesus versus Superman tandem battle, like sure, I want to see that. Like who drives what?
No. I mean, if it was a tandem battle, obviously Byron would win. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah, Byron would take the win.
Byron and Byron
catches
would win.
doors. Byron
Byron from
catches
Byron.
doors. It's a fact.
Yeah, Byron from Byron always wins.
Yeah, dude, I lost to Byron, man. I'm kind of depressed about it.
But so moving on. So here in a minute, as I'm pulling this rubber band out of my daughter's hair, and we'll start with you, Turbskis. Preeminent being probably being the most consistent driver all season long, and he's definitely been proven at every event, and that's why he's on top of the point standings. I mean, what do you think about him this season?
I mean, coming in, was he in the first event? Or
Yep, he's
did
been
he
in
come
every
at
event
Hooligan Hill?
this season.
I mean,
Yep.
he's been real consistent every event. I mean, changing up, using some cars you wouldn't think he'd want to be using on the course we're on. But, I mean, he's making them work. I mean, he's proving that you can use just about any car, any amount of horsepower, anywhere. You don't have to have a high horsepower car for a big course. You just gotta have your gear. You just gotta tune right. I mean, this man is the definition of consistent.
What about you, John? I mean, you've ran
Kinda
against
mad
him,
about him.
so you probably have the
Yeah.
best perspective out of everybody.
Yeah, I kind of do. He's a good driver, very well. He's very well rounded. But he did lose to me, I think once. Wait, actually no, I don't think I lose. I beat him or he beat me. I think he beat me more than I beat him. So.
Probably, knowing how you drive.
Hey.
Shots
I see how it
fired.
is. I see how it. I mean, that's why you're a judge, right? Because he couldn't keep driving anymore because he's so trash.
It's my job. Oh, it's my job to judge, and I think T-John gets some zeros for the rest of the season.
I mean, that's unfair. And I'll.
I mean,
You know,
hey, we screwed with T-John all season long, Trent, about giving him zeros.
Yeah,
you
that's
fuck-
true.
I was about to curse. You have. I'm very. When it comes to stuff like that, I get really angry. I'm an angry boy.
Oh no, we know.
All right,
I don't,
Trent,
I don't
know-
like scores being messed with.
All right, we got to keep
It
moving.
gets on my
guys. We're
last
at
nerve.
36 minutes. But so Trent, what's your thought on? I know that you had a big break because you had a lot of stuff going on IRL. What's your thoughts on how Preem's driving's been going this season?
From what I've seen, I mean, he's been really consistent. Like, he's just one of those really cool guys. Like, he's not like he doesn't like hardcore hang out with us, but like he's around and like he's a good guy. He drives really well. I mean, he is very well rounded, which really shows because I mean he's not limited to just one car on one course. He's driven all of our courses, done really well on all of our courses with a variety of cars. So he's really demonstrated really good driver skill.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's very versatile too as well. But all I gotta say is, Pantless. I mean, I talked to Preem yesterday. He is now one of the leaders of Most Hated. And all I gotta say, Pantless, if you're watching this, you better hang on to him because I've talked to a bunch of teams and everybody just about wants him, but they're not gonna try to steal him from your team. And I think I can agree as being one of the leaders from Trifecta. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weren't we talking about like we could nab him if we wanted to, but that would just be really rude and disrespectful.
Yeah, but you're right. Preem is a really cool dude. We don't get to talk to him very much, and he's so laid back too, and he's very understanding. Like the times that he just finally got his first win at Byron Bay. Congrats to him. But all those times that he came so close and got eliminated, that everybody. Oh, Preem should have won that. But when we talked to Preem was like, no, I understand. Good call. Like, you know, I mean, Trent, I know you've dealt with him
He sees
before.
both sides of the story. He sees both sides
Yeah,
of the
no,
story.
he's
That's what I like
very
about him.
open, and he's not like most drivers, which are very close-minded to either their team or like their favorites. You know, it's he understands like the rule book very well. He understands like how we judge, and like really, he's just cool with that. You know.
Yeah. All right. So, before we move on, is there anything you guys want to talk about this season, off season, next season? Anything you want to bring up besides just me?
Can we bring up FD for a quick second,
Formula
man?
Drift, yeah. I'm
Formula
excited.
Drift.
So
My man-
excited. Oh,
Damn it, I forgot. Oh. I forgot the
'Cause
name already.
I follow
Forrest
the
Wang's coming
Force.
back.
yeah,
I
Force
know,
Wang's coming back.
I know.
We got all these
Coming to
all these guys coming back. They're going to St. Louis, going out there, out right near
First
you.
time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I believe they did change from Vegas though as their final stop to back to Irwindale.
Yeah,
believe they did
Yeah,
that.
they always,
checked it the other
Irwindale
day.
always does that.
Yeah,
Irwindale
so
always does that.
they swatched
We're getting
back
closed
to
down.
swip back to Irwindale because they like, oh, just kidding, we weren't actually gonna close again. But so now they're coming back out. We got a lot of drivers coming out again, and hopefully we can see them, you know, do well. And I'm kind of bummed because you guys, you teed up getting Pro 2 out there. This year in Seattle, we're not getting Pro 2 competing.
Yeah. I also seen too. They're not. I think they're going to a different course out in Seattle too, right?
No.
Or no.
Same old.
Nope. Well, because last season they put on the schedule Seattle. This time they actually put the actual town that it's in.
Yeah, because they say Seattle, but it's really Seattle's like at least an hour away from where they actually go. So they're like, I guess somebody finally was like, hey, just start putting Monroe out there because it's Evergreen Speedway out in Monroe, which is the Evergreen Fairgrounds. So
Right.
it's pretty chill out there. And it's a nice 30-minute drive for me, and I'm about 30 minutes from Seattle, so you know.
But I'm fudging excited. I almost cursed. I almost did
You
that
almost
stop
cursed.
myself.
Pardon
I got so
his
close.
French.
I'm
Pardon
so
his
sorry,
French.
guys, but I'm so excited.
He's just talking
for
about
FD to-
seals again.
Yeah. I'm
Preeminent
just talking
wants
about
James.
seals.
Who do y'all want to win? Who do you want to win the FD season? Preeminent
Ryan
says
Turk, he
James
finally
Dean.
needs a championship, bro. He needs a
No,
championship.
no,
I don't think Ryan
I
Turk-
know. I know who needs to win this. Okay, ready?
Wang.
Forrest Wang. Let me explain.
Dude, Wang's gonna come
Or-
back bigger, badder
I'd
than
be-
ever.
Oh,
Wang
I'd be okay with
is
Wang
going to-
winning.
Because
I like Wang.
okay, wait.
That
If you've
sounded
listened
so wrong.
to- if you went and watched the Maximum Drift cast with Garrett Nuts, how like all the struggles they were having and like what they did, and Forrest did what Ryan Literal did, took an off season to go develop his program, restarted basically everything.
Which is smart.
So he talked about how they were working out kinks with his car, how he's very slow like previously, but he says that this season they're going to be coming back with just as much style, but they're going to be faster.
Damn.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
People are like,
Yeah,
James
also-
Dean's gonna win. Not if my man Wang pulls a full 90 and it's like doing 100. Okay, not
Well-
happening. I'm sorry.
We'll also get to see Osbo in a different car than the Corolla because he said that was a
Corolla's kinda-
1-year deal.
Ooh.
Yeah, that
Ju-
Corolla. I felt like that
cut-
Corolla was like kind of like choking him by the neck. I felt like.
Nah,
Well-
it was
well,
very
before-
well developed. Papadakis Racing does a very good job of building cars.
Well,
It was
yeah.
basically the same
feel
as his TC. Like it was the same platform, basically.
Well, before we keep on talking about this and going, before we talk about chat, I should say anyway, Turfskis, what are your thoughts on FD this season? Like, who do you think's gonna win?
I don't follow FD that much. I mean, I watch.
We're fighting. Warren, we're fighting.
I mean-
nope.
I mean,
we're fighting.
I watch.
We're fighting.
I watch it when I can, but I mean, I'm not into it like you guys are. I mean, I don't live and bleed FD.
Yeah.
Wait.
Anyway.
Also, one more thing. Wait, two more things. If it's not Forrest Wang, then it's either these two people, Denofa or Alec Hondo. Okay.
Yeah.
I know Denofa's
last season,
good.
last season,
I
Alec is
watch a lot of
skilled, but I don't think
Denofa.
it's gonna be Alec.
last season he kind of fell off. I really want to see Nate Hamilton back, but he's taking a season off as well.
Yeah.
So Kevin Lawrence though. Kevin Lawrence is coming up to Pro 1.
Kevin
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Ryan Little's gonna be back in Pro 1, I think.
Yeah, Ryan Little's gonna be the
In
goat.
the Corey Works, the 350.
Oh yeah. I thought he was still using S13.
No,
Or is that like
Nope,
his
he's-
But
no,
anyway,
he's
and-
redoing the S14, but
demo car?
So anyway, in the chat, so here's what everybody else is saying. Judd, aka Cub Scout, says Forrest. Preeminent Bing says go James Dean. Then Judd says again Forrest Wang needs to win, but James Dean will win. So he's saying James Dean will go 2 for 2, which very may happen. That
could,
very may
you
happen.
know?
James Dean was
Yeah.
very dominant last season.
Dean
Very
the
dominant.
Machine,
James,
or James
let
the
me tell you
Machine
this.
Dean.
James had a goal of winning only like one event, like winning
Yeah,
like
he's like,
one
if I
event.
came out, if I came out,
he
and did
won it
one
on the
event,
first
one event,
event
it would be
ever.
fine. Yeah.
He won it on the first event ever, then wins the whole entire season. Like,
Well, he took a hiatus.
What?
somehow, so it's not his first
Hey,
FD event
yeah.
ever.
I don't think he'll win a championship, but I think that he'll finish. I want to say top 5 in points is James Dean's teammate Peter Vicek.
Peter
Like,
Vicek,
yeah.
he was
He was
getting
coming on
momentum.
strong at the end of the season.
yeah, he just needed to find himself.
And
That's what I would
and
say.
in the last event, he got his first win as a rookie.
Yeah, that's pretty insane to have happen. Like those
But,
S15s are very dialed for their specifications.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They
right-hand
definitely know
drive
what they're
and the
doing
left-hand
over in that
drive. It's-
pit.
Oh yeah, those guys, the Worthhouse Drift team is very skilled in what they do, and I mean it's cool to see all of Dean's projects or his cars back home in Ireland for him. And I mean it's cool to see the progression of everything as well. Like with WiseFab coming out with their new suspension, like it'll be or their new lock
Yeah.
kit, that is. So it'll be interesting to see how well that does this season.
All right, so
Well,
and then Judd
Cub
says
said-
Jonathan Castro is his underdog.
Yeah.
So speaking of
Castro
underdogs,
beat-
before go ahead.
But do you want to go? Oh,
Go
Castro,
ahead.
when he faced against James Dean, he actually beat him, and he was like on his
Well, that's
door the
because
whole entire
Castro
way.
was on his door the entire freaking time. That was an insane run. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Like,
In
if
Orlando.
Castro just becomes exactly like that, like, and I'm Dominican, if Castro becomes exactly like that, dude, woo!
Dude, like,
I'm getting hype.
so speaking of underdogs for FD, before we move on to our final topic, the underdog for me, I'm gonna have to say is Ryan Turk. I follow him on all social media, and he is looking very, very strong this offseason,
Yeah.
especially since Chris Forsberg and him switched to Nexen tires. Like, I don't know if I'm not saying it's just the tires, but since they've made switch to that, it's he's been looking strong.
Oh, do we want to talk about that? I know
Yes.
it's like kind of old news, but like, what do you guys think of Hankook pulling out, and like all those other manufacturers
Yeah.
no longer being part of Formula Drift?
Yeah,
Bunch of
no,
nerds,
I
they're
don't
losing
know.
out on money. I'm just kidding. I mean, if it's like, if they're losing money from it, then yeah, that's the smart decision to do, is to pull out, because you're not gaining anything back, you're only losing. But,
I mean, like
that's just me.
a highlight of going to Formula Drift was seeing seeing like the Hankook girls. Like
Right.
now all I gotta do is go look at the Hankook
Right.
girls.
Now,
and the,
now I gotta go
um,
over to Frederick Osbo's pit to hang out with the Rockstar girls. I mean, come on.
yeah, or Vaughn's trailer with the
So boring.
Chelsea and Reese and all the monster
But-
that girls that aren't
but-
there, you know.
Anyway,
Well, the
real quick-
Worthouse girls, dude. The Worthouse girls. Oh.
Yes. Yes. And you know they be speaking
Why are we
that other
talking about
language.
this? Why are we talking about this?
Because it has to do
Because
with
we're
This
boys.
is nothing related
This
to
has
drifting.
nope. This everything to do, dude. Everything
No,
to
it
do with
doesn't.
drifting.
do
Yes,
they
it
drift?
does.
Do they drift? Do they drift? Yes or no?
No, but they're part. They come with. All right, they're at the event, therefore they're associated with drifting. All right, they wear this tight spandex so we can look at them and look at all their brands. All right.
I'm gonna applaud you
Maybe
on
get a
that, Trent.
picture.
That is the greatest excuse
I know
I've ever
what's
heard.
up.
Yes.
I know what's up.
I'm gonna applaud you on that. But anyway, real quick, who's everybody's underdog? Go.
Kristaps Blues.
Ooh, good choice.
That
He
guy.
was looking pretty strong towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Well, he's always like he's just a bear, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just
it
a
always
bit.
seems like towards the end, like something happens or he just like falls off towards the end. Like I want to say
Yeah,
when they get to the top 8, that's whenever
Yeah.
he starts like. Eh.
I wanna see- I want to see
She's like falling off.
Botchkiss or like
Oh, he's watching.
Field or who else was it? I was thinking of
Field
another
has a
one.
new car and it's. That's,
Yeah, he's
that
in the
Corvette.
the Corvette. Yeah, he's in the
It
C5.
looks pretty
like,
promising.
Who's in the Corvette now?
Matt Field.
Matt Field.
Really?
Oh yeah, or Die. Like I really want
Yep.
to see Die have a great season again. Like
Oh,
ever since
yeah.
2009, he's lost the visor and he's lost the hair, and he hasn't been doing good.
When he lost the visor in the hair, he lost all his powers. That's what messed him up. He needs to
yeah,
grow
no,
it back.
it is legit. He needs the visor.
got
And he
him.
needs the hair.
He needs the visor. Needs
What
the
about
hair,
you,
man.
Turfskis? I know you don't follow it very much, but who's your underdog?
Is he
I don't
here?
think he's there.
Dead silence.
Oh, I'm here.
You doing
I'm
some
here.
quick Google search there, just like FD
he's,
drivers.
he's googling FD drivers for 2018.
Yo, preeminent put in the chat. Dean Carnage is actually Carnage King. Prove me wrong. Change my mind.
Yeah, prove.
Ooh, dude, actually though, like that'd be funny. He just puts on an accent for us, and we get. Well, he would be driving a Viper though. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can change your
Well-
mind. No, last event he drove an AMG.
It was. Well, it,
Can
yeah,
you
it was
wait
funny
9
though. It was funny because like I just remember the Maximum Drift cast with Dean Kearney and how he said he's like nah, it's not even they talk about it and it's not a deal with Dodge, nor is it that he likes the chassis. It was something different, so he did it.
Yeah. All right,
Oh.
guys, we got to move to our last topic because we got 10 minutes left, and I know we'll probably go over with this debate. So I showed you guys the logos. Have not posted them on social media yet because we're waiting until the off season to have a vote. But Forza Horizon Drift League this off season may, I say may, so don't freak out, may be going through a name change changing to Forza Drifting Championship. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
Freak out. I'm having a freak out. Nope. Nope. I'm in the field position.
Chill.
I'm in the
Just
field position.
but think about that logo though. I mean, I could probably change the FHDL logo to something similar like that. But Forza Horizon Drift League, it's just, I mean, it sounds good, sounds original, but it's just so long, you know?
Yeah.
It's-
Forza Horizon Drift League.
Rather than Forza Drifting Championship.
I got a better
Yeah.
name. Ready?
What? NBA.
No. No. It's we're gonna say the word slide, but it's 17 times. So it's slide. Championship, slide. Championship. Like, you cannot tell me that's a great name. You can't tell me. That's the greatest name.
cringy.
How is it it's an amazing name! What are you talking about?
I like Judd here. I forget, that's Cub, right?
Yeah, that's Cub.
Yeah, he says I don't like that name because we're on Horizon, not Forza 7. Well, not saying anything might happen, but
It's gonna happen, yo.
Well-
We're going to 7. We're going to 7.
no, we're going to 8,
spilling the
dude.
beans.
We're in the future. We're in 8.
No, we're going to Forza
Yeah.
10. We're
No,
skipping
so
9.
here,
Forza 10.
I'm explaining it why this idea is getting thrown up. So I'm not saying I'm not saying that they are going downhill, but ESDA is starting to make a bunch of big changes after they've had the same rules, same concept for years, and a few people are up in arms about it. Drift War is moving over and then switching all their rules. People are up in arms about it, which means people are going to start pulling away from that. What I'm saying is, and there's nowhere in the name that says motorsport. We're going to change it to, or we're thinking about changing it to Forza Drifting Championship because we're going to try to do a full takeover of Horizon and Motorsport once people start leaving those competitions, because then they're going to be looking for a competition on Motorsport, and FDC is going to be there and on Horizon for whenever everybody gets tired of Motorsport and the new Horizon game comes out. Ooh, I can compete in FDC. Ooh, new Motorsport game came out. I'm going to go compete in FDC. That way we are all over the board.
Well, and then we also have FD in our name.
Yeah, that
You
too.
know? Then we aren't
That's the
affiliated
formula that
with
means
Formula
Forza.
Drift, but we can be like, hey, we're basically the same
But
thing. You should work with us. You should sponsor us. The official, imagine that, the official gaming drift league of Formula Drift.
Yes.
Yeah, I already
That'd be
ESDA.
awesome. So then
That's already
here's
ESDA.
like, if we were to change it, Forza Drifting Championship or Forza Drift Championship?
Yeah, drifting.
No, I got it. Forza
Forza Drift Championship?
D-lifting. Forza D-lifting
Forza D1,
championship.
dude. Forza D1.
Yes, FD1.
FD1 GP. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, FD1
Oh,
GP.
man.
That's it. That's it. We're only driving Japanese cars.
or FDFD, you know? Forza Drift,
Right.
Formula Drift.
Or
FFD,
Terpsies,
you know?
you're-
Forza Formula Drift.
Or no,
Terpsies,
no,
you're
or
being
even
all
better,
quiet, so
the
you're
app.
either falling asleep or not
Drifting
wanting to
Forza.
talk. What's your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just along for the ride. I mean, I'm here tuning cars, trying to help out. Figure
What a
tuning.
nerd. What a nerd. Just not gonna join the conversation and say I'm along for the ride. What are you, cool? Huh?
I wish you just said I
Wait,
wish you just said I don't know, or just something like that, and just left it.
Yeah,
Oh,
That was
wow.
funny.
Just I don't know, and then you hear his mic go
No.
mute. Just
Is the
No. Preeminent put in the chat sideways. Preeminent put in the chat sideways burnout championship.
no, that's Drift Royals.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna applaud you on that, Jen, again. I'm gonna applaud you on
I
that.
thought we were not gonna engage
Two
in
for
any
two.
fucking. Oh shit! Ah, I cursed twice.
Hey, now-
I thought we were
now
gonna
we're-
engage
now
in
we're
any
warmed up,
goddamn
dude.
drama.
Dude, we got 3 minutes left. Are you kidding me?
We got 6 minutes left. What you talking
Go
about?
fast, go fast.
you talking about?
Skeet, skeet,
Yeah,
skeet,
Skeet
four
Skeet
minutes.
Championship. That's a good one.
skeet,
Skeet Skeet
skeet. Yeah,
Championship.
skeet, skeet. SSC
I vote for
Skeet
that
Skeet
one.
championship.
But
How were
they-
you wanting to end off a couple of the streams earlier this season, Trent?
What?
When Tita would say "keep it slideways," what acronym did you want to make? What noise do tires make when they come to a stop?
Skirt!
The skirt championship, all right.
Yeah.
So keep it sideways, skirt championship, okay? Easy name, shorter than ForzaHorizonDriftLeague, all right.
Judd says Terpskis is my favorite part of this podcast.
Yep.
No,
Why? 'Cause I haven't said
I still
much.
can't get over that. Just I wish he would have went. I don't know.
I got it. I'm changing, T-Dub. I'm making the new team name. No more trifecta. It's gonna be called Skirt with 12 R's.
And in all caps, so you're like screaming.
No, Terpsky's got to change it because his is already starting with an S in one syllable. He could be now Skirt Drift.
No, he can take away the S in Storm. Torm Drift. We're taking the S. We're taking the S.
Torm Drift.
Torn.
Drift.
Turn-
Torm
I still
Drift.
like the NBA just because of
skirt
what
style.
T-John calls it.
Well, I hate to say.
I can't
You
say
gotta
that
put-
on
you gotta put
stream.
more-
That's
Hey, go fast. You got to put more R's or I's, otherwise it just sounds like you're talking about a mini skirt.
No. You see it.
hold
It's
up.
all wrong. Let me type it for you. It's like this. You typed it all wrong. It's like that. Oh wait, hold on. I can't even type it right. There. See, there's no I's. It's just SKRT. It's not even a word. You see, it's not a word. It's just a sound. Oh, I just dropped my controller.
I think I thought the team name to be called TD.
Yeah, there you go.
Skirt title? Title?
Skirt.
Style.
Wait, no. There's an I
Style.
in between those T's. It's
No.
skirt stitil.
No.
Skirt
It's pronounced skirt
stitil.
style.
That's an I, that's an L on my computer.
Hey, I'm sorry, I gotta say this on stream just because of what Trent just did, but it straight sounds like he's eating a pussy while he's saying that name.
Hey! No
Just
female
skirt
body
style.
parts. This is a Christian stream. This is a Christian podcast.
All right, sorry, scientific term.
big are my
Vagina
tires?
sounds like he's
Jesus.
eating a
Hey,
vagina.
hey, we should be the Boogie Bomb Drift team.
Oh,
Boogie
kill
bomb
yourself.
drift
What?
team.
With Team
End your
Impulse competing, Trifecta now becomes
Oh.
Impulse.
No, I got a better idea.
Impulse.
We're gonna call ourselves. Ready? Golden Scar.
Oh no, guys,
Golden
I got
Scar
it. I got
Drift
it.
Team.
No. We're now Epic
Shit,
Games.
SMH.
Okay, that's our new name.
SMH.
And then there's a team called Fortnite BR. Okay.
Mhm.
And then Fortnite Save the World.
Yeah. And then Save the World will be another team.
Yeah.
The rival team of Fortnite BR. Or just BR, you know?
Can I read out a hashtag that Preeminent put in the chat?
Hashtag bring in most hated.
Bring
next
most hated in the
podcast.
next podcast. How about
Bring the most
hashtag?
hated.
How about hashtag? You give me some money and I'll do it. Nerd.
Yeah, where's the money? Yeah, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I need
think we're-
25
you
cents
think we're doing
right
this-
here right now.
Get us all a '94 Sylvia and you're in.
Oh.
Yes.
I could use another one. In
I would like
Horizon.
that. I would like that
so much.
I would. Oh yes.
I'm just kidding.
Remember?
We could probably get you guys in.
Hey,
Yeah,
what?
no,
I was gonna say,
wait.
what does that remind you of from earlier this season, Tito?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kiss.
No.
T-Dub knows what I'm talking about.
Mr. Fusion.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tell me
Bro,
the story.
Bro,
Tell me
you
the
give me a
story.
94 Sylvia, you're in.
Oh my. Oh, I remember that.
She's like, wait, what?
But anyway, guys,
How about,
we're
you
closing
know
in.
what?
We got 1 minute left. Next
Can I close it?
podcast-
Can I close it? Can I close it?
I'm not done yet. Anyway, next podcast is Friday. We're still trying to come up with a name for it. Go ahead and put
Come on.
your suggestions
We're
in the
finishing
chat
up
on
Fridays.
here or on all of our social media what you think the Friday name should be called.
Flick it
No,
Friday.
we are not doing F It Up Friday. We are not doing F It Up Friday or anything with the name
No,
F in it
let's
because
just do.
we have
Let's
sponsors.
just do Pay F for Respects Friday. Pay F for Respects Friday.
We could do Family
Or
Friday.
we can
and bring in
we
everybody
can do
from
Fast
FHL.
Fridays. Yo,
Yeah,
Fast
do Family.
Fridays.
Bring in
Hey, let's do
guests.
that. Let's do Family Friday and bring in everybody from FHL. Anybody's open to join the podcast as long as they keep it clean.
Well,
Not in
you
my
could have
watch.
radio
Someone
call-ins.
bring
You have to
it
talk.
up.
You have to talk really bad. You have to be like, "Hey guys, this is what's going on today."
Hey, next Tuesday, I know you want to stick with Talk It Up Tuesday, T-Dub. But next
That was
Tuesday, we should
perfect.
do like Team Tuesday. Like every other Tuesday, we should do a different team. Like do Team Talk. Like
Yeah,
No.
Team talk. Yeah.
I got a
Instead of
better
Talk It
idea.
Up, Team talk.
we
Team
were
Talk
doing
with
in
the
the off
Ts.
season.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is the 60 minutes. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely put in that comment section some questions for the next podcast.
Comic section?
And we'll
comic section.
we'll hit your questions on Friday.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Put
Am
them
I
in
dumb?
in the comment
I'm really
section
dumb.
on YouTube, and then we'll hit those questions up on Friday
You kidding
for
me?
what right now is called Family Friday. That name may change in the next 4 days.
No.
Or next
Fast
3 days,
Friday.
whatever it is.
Fast
Friday.
Yes.
Hey, yo, I have a question really quick. Why does
What's up?
in my S15 and Forza Motorsport 7, why does my RB sound like an SR?
No idea.
Why does
No idea.
why are
Motorsport
you
6,
so
we'll
good
talk
at
about it
living
more
life?
Friday, but Motorsport 6 sounds were like on point. Motorsport 7, I don't know what happened. Somebody dropped the ball
Yeah.
somewhere, but we're going to close out. John, hit it with him.
like
Until Friday.
Alright, yeah, I'll see y'all later.
Okay, now it's not an SR. What the heck? Hello?
Okay.
me.
Anyway, translation. Thanks, guys, for coming out. This is Talk It Up Tuesday from T-Dub, Turbskis, T-John, and Trent. Keep it
4 Ts.
sideways.
Don't keep it sideways.